name is Julia, and I am back again with part 2 of The Alleged Con Artist from Illinois. And this is written from an older gentleman who lives in Illinois and wanted me to kind of give a vocalization to what he experienced with one of his dear friends of decades, and how he believes, in his opinion, he had been unduly influenced by a woman he believes to be a con artist. And where we left off, he had already explained that this lady just kind of appeared out of nowhere. Somebody found out he's a widower. Oh, I'm going to walk past his house and flirt. And she wheeled her way in and then got her hands on the bank accounts. And this gentleman was also an elderly person, but he also only had that 6th grade education. So I think this actually kind of covers the platform as far as he's older, but he's also vulnerable, not just because of his age, but he's vulnerable because of his education. And it was his friend's opinion that his buddy from the union, this man he believes had been conned, really also was vulnerable in that way. He didn't really know what he was signing. And he has been cut out. Other friends have been cut out of the family, and even this dear friend's children were cut out from their own father. And it's this guy's opinion that this woman had everything to do with it. So he was saying that his buddy had been an alcoholic for many years, but then he did finally get sober, which good for you. I mean, God bless you, R.I.P., but good for you for getting sober. However, his wife was the most genuine, kind woman whom everybody loved. She didn't deserve the struggles of that alcoholism, and her legacy doesn't deserve to let that house she put her blood, her sweat, her tears in just to save the money and keep going in that house to a manipulative POS that was simply looking for financial gain. And that's kind of why I was afraid to speak up when my friend was alive, and even now that he's gone. I'm wondering if she's going to come after me. She's that evil. According to my friend, she used to brag to him about how she didn't report the income she gets from her in-home salon to the IRS. Hashtag IRS, maybe look into that. It also gets paid to care for her bedridden mother through Medicaid or something, yet the mother was always at his house and they were always going to breakfast or lunch together, so I'm not really sure how much care she actually needed to be paid for. Okay, and then he is ending up, he says, I'm really sorry. That was a long explanation to say that this woman does not hesitate to sue or find fraudulent ways to make additional income. And I bet she has that shyster lawyer on speed dial. Thank you again for all that you do, and I hope this story reaches everyone it needs to. So, this is where we get to the exposed part. It is this letter writer's opinion, as well as my own personal opinion, exercising our First Amendment rights, that allegedly this lovely man who lives in Cicero, Illinois, was conned by a woman who did indeed get her hands on his financials, did indeed somehow get him to marry her, and he died very, very shortly after. Her name is Belinda Costello, and she lives in Cicero, Illinois. It's alleged that she is a con artist with this particular case. It is this letter writer's opinion, as well as my opinion, that she allegedly conned a very vulnerable man who was in the depths of depression because his wife of decades had just died from a very long illness. He had a 6th grade education and was really kind of a perfect target. So, Cicero, Illinois. If you know Belinda, ask her to reach out. I would love to hear her side of things. I would love to hear how it's appropriate that she thinks that she should have this home that had been in the family for, I think it was, he said, 50 years. And maybe doing the right thing by this man's heirs, his children. I'd love to hear why she doesn't think that's the right thing to do. Because from what this letter writer has given me, she's not doing anything to help her husband deceased husband's children. So, that being said, you guys know my platform: expose, prevent, protect. We have now exposed. We are now able to prevent because we can trust our guts. We do have friends out there who do see these things. But like this letter writer, it's all about the delivery of how we warn our loved ones to protect them. And I believe, it's just my opinion, that likely this letter writer who wanted to warn his buddy got very defensive and very angry, because we tend to go about it thinking, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And really, it's, tell me about her. Tell me about why you love her so much. Tell me about what really attracts you to her. Tell me about how she's better at being your banking financial person rather than one of your children. It's one of those types of conversations instead of, I don't trust her. I really think you need to be careful with this woman in this case. So it's really all about that delivery. Remember, prevent and now protect. How can we protect them? Having those conversations coming from a place of compassion, not from the place where we all feel, what are you thinking? You are out of your mind. Anybody with eyes can see you're getting conned, but they don't see it. So it's all about the delivery, my friends. I also encourage all of you to make a police report when you believe someone has been or is being unduly influenced. The more reports that are made on a specific person, the more law enforcement is able to do something. And then lastly, you know, my whole platform is about really protecting the vulnerable in our communities, specifically the elderly. And I ordered with my own money, a lot of products that I think might be good for older relatives or older loved ones. And I will be reviewing those and showing them on this channel. I dearly hope that you invest in any of these products, because every single penny, and I don't even know if I have made a penny, but every penny, whether it's 1 penny or 10 pennies or a whole dollar, everything goes toward the 501c3 foundation to expose, prevent, and protect the vulnerable in our community. I am still working with legislation, and I do have more updates about Pat the Rat, but those are still to come. I would really like to highlight these other stories because I think they're important as well. Cicero, Illinois, do your thing. Catch me back on this side. Thank you so much for your blessings and for your wonderful words, your advice, your help, your support. Please like, please follow, do all of the things, and please know I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Protect your loved ones. Trust your gut. Do the background check. See you on the other side. Blessings.